Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to stream. It is lovely to have you here. Max and Nobu and Zai and Josh and Chris and Meaty and Sabs and Summer and I'm pretty sure I missed somebody, and Shadow Mage. As well as named Lurkers. It is lovely to have you here. And yes, for those who are expecting this to be another Kerbal Space Program stream, no. I love Kerbal Space Program, and then like there's a point at which my brain just goes, no, we're not doing this anymore. And that happened on Friday. And I just decided, no, instead, we're going to be a cute bear who lives in the woods and does stuff. Presumably stuff involving breakfast. Also, Shadow Mage, I'm glad it's figurative, because otherwise I would suggest hospital. I don't know, Meaty. Anyway. Hello, Sage. Oh, Sage, I should have done that. I'm not. But I should have done that. Anyway, let us... So are you, Sage. How remarkable... Thank you for the Beba. And let's switch over. A bear onesie would be very cute. Although this game looks cute enough on its own. Always options. Never start a game without options. Is Alif24T35 the correct display? Don't know. I assume that's letting me choose between my monitors. Yeah. I've never seen a game do that, and I like it. Oh my god, there's footsteps volume? This is already peak gaming. I saw Sage. I saw Pisshole Farm. I'm very excited. Why can't I ever fall asleep on time? I'm gonna be so tired tomorrow. Oh, this is a mood immediately. Mom's gonna kill me. Hank's hands got very cold all of a sudden. His forehead felt heavy with the crushing pressure. A dark figure with glowing eyes stared from far away. This is immediately not the vibe I was expecting. Weathered stones and dry wood surround it. Suddenly, a blinding jolt of lightning illuminated the sky. Thunder cracked. A shriek pierced through the air. There was no one there. Everything felt dark and silent again, except for the rain. Forget I said anything. Sleep is overrated. Hello? I can't move. Oh, this really is sleep paralysis demon. Do not. Don't what? See? Because that's already happening. Move. Can't do that either. This is going well so far. I'm meeting all the requirements. WASD to move around. Oh, that's convenient. Oh! Oh, look him little arms. Look him wibbly wobbly arms. Zabs, thank you for the gifted sub to Chris. Yeah, sure. I'll just take a nap in the deathbed. I mean, who wouldn't? Don't. You're not great at making your mind up. That sucks, Meaty. I've never had it. Don't wake? Oh, this game's vibes are immediately bizarre. That's it. No more dumplings before bed. See, this is how I get when I eat cheese before bed. For the third time, Hank. Oh, better see what's up. Not you. I got an achievement for that. This is not at all what I expected. I already love it. Oh, locked doors. Hello, Mama Bear. I'm up, I'm up. Oh my god. Oh my god, Chad, he's so cute. He's so cute. Also, so is Mama Bear. Margaret? Well, aren't you a bag of bones? Good to see hibernation hasn't kicked in yet. Can't call it that every time I get a little extra sleep. Besides what? I had a hard time sleeping. Too many thoughts, and also a sleep paralysis demon. Well, that runs in the family. Have you tried thinking less? Ma'am, if I could achieve that, my whole life would be a different thing. Thinking less would be such a powerful skill. Gee, thanks, Mom. No, Where's Annie? Oh, in her room with Will, probably. Should I go wake him up? Alright, Annie. I have a backpack? Oh. Look him. Look him face. Look him arms. Look him legs. Look him puffy chest. He? Excuse me? Excuse me? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who is the tiny bird friend? Look how small. Look how good. Look how friend. Good. Get out. Hello, Vitae. Morning! Out! Oh my god. That's not very good morning of you. Nothing good about being up this early. I don't smell any reason to be up yet. Okay, they may be jerks, but they're cute jerks. Have good food, Sage. What do you mean? I could smell him a mile away. Delightful, both of you. What's on the docket today, boss? Digging a new hole next to the other holes? Actually, Mom said she might let us cross the creek today and check under the bushes for mushrooms. What did I tell you? I live for the hunt! How come we never get to do fun stuff anymore? Like a good old visit to the dumpster. Will, you and I have different definitions of fun. But also, like, live your best life, bud. You're not allowed past the fence anymore. Besides, there hasn't been any new garbage in months. Oh, we won't find any garbage or shroomies in here. Let's go already. You're on his side now? It's morning. We're up. Let's go do stuff. Oh, you're one of them, aren't you, Annie? Hello, Ramens. They warned me betrayal never comes from your enemies. I'm sorry? Hang kids, over here. Get your digging claws ready, here it comes. Coming! Why is there a mystical elk tree? What is denim anyway? I love his wibbly wobbly arms. They're so good. Why is there a mystical elk tree? Before that, can't read what it says. I am a bear. Hey, Ma. Morning, kids. Morning, Mrs. M. Did you sleep all right? As good as ever. Good enough. Whatever that means. Good. Today's a very special day. I need you to go on the hunt. All right, point me to the hole. To Black Moss. What? What? I know I said no going past the fence, but you've all been so good, and I need your help. Ah! Push around the tombstone is getting a little thick, and the flowers aren't in bloom anymore. So I'll need you to find me a bundle of alligator weed. Meaty. Oh, you've picked up where Sage left off. I'm proud of you. Can't believe we get to leave this stinking place. I mean, adventure. Adventure! Anyway, Hank, you're in charge of this operation. This game, by the way, so far, is not at all what I thought it was going to be. I thought this was just, like, management sim, set up a bed and breakfast, also you're a bear. This is immediately, like, much more interesting. And, to be clear, I would have considered that very interesting. I love management sims. Anyway, Hank, you're in charge of this operation. Here, this is what I'm looking for. In fact, take the whole notebook so you don't forget. Awesome. Don't lose it again. I won't. He will. He will. Alright, you three. And remember, you're getting that bundle and straight back. About one step further than the swamp. Yes, Ma. Down the Black Moss Hole. Title of my sextape? Odd looking fella. It really is meaty. It also reminds me a little bit of Cult of the Lamb. Which was another game that I thought was going to be management sim, and then was that plus. To Black Moss. The three friends found themselves farther than they'd ever gone before. Past the soothing meadows and the quiet streams of the thicket. Margaret wouldn't know, but this was not exactly their first adventure. Annie, the Corellian dog. Brave, but clumsy. Will, the poor Will. Grumpy on the outside, but surprisingly, even more so on the inside. And Hank, the brown bear. Cheerful and curious. maybe a little concerned about the promise he made back home. No, Mom, I'm definitely not going to wander too far in an adventurous fashion. I promise. Wow, it's so weird. I don't fully understand it. They must have the same voice actor because Hank sounds exactly like Phoenix Wright when I play the game. I can't explain it. It's almost like I have one neutral voice. Alright, gang, spread out! Oh my god, a bunch of see you later, because we're getting alligator weed. I think I adore this game. We'll stay up all night watching movies again. Something about a dog named Marley. Dunno, I fell asleep halfway through. Hello? What in the what? I heard it too. Where'd it go? I haven't found the thing for your mom yet. I'm with Hank. Let's see where that sound came from. That's not what I meant. We're going back. You know what? I bet it's a brand new garbage truck. Don't care. Mom said straight back. Let's go. He also said to get some gator weed. We haven't found any yet. Maybe there's some in the truck. No! Come back! Will, you fool. Also, I want to explore. No! Heck, let me explore. Fine. You win this time, game mechanics. That's one big rock. That entirely accurate. I just want to find the cool things. Have a good sleep, Sai. The Timber Crossing. I got an achievement for not listening to my mom. Oh, so I could have headed home, but then what about my friends? Nothing good would have happened to my friends, in that case. Oh! Oh! Oh, is this how it starts? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, yes, in fact. Oh, yes, in fact. I do want this. Thank you. Thank you for asking. All it's missing is a picnic blanket. Yeah, we love a luxurious outhouse. I will take a big stretch. And a hydrate. Thank you. I literally think I'm just cleaning up litter when I'm picking up the little bits. It says 5 valuables, but I think I'm just picking up litter, and I love it. I should probably play the game at some point. You strike me as a real leave the gun, take the cannoli kind of guy. I don't know what that means, but also almost certainly yes. I hope I sniff out something good today. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Grab opportunity by the throat and show it who's boss. This pawn company is called Pawn Voyage. Vitae, it is so far. I'm loving it. The strange shark had a shiny, bouncy exterior and wore cool sunglasses. A little grey speaker box was strapped to his neck, blurting out nonsense. It reminded Hank of Will's TV. Next to it, a little car had a big advert for something called Pawn Voyage. Nothing weird about it at all. Hello? Be part of the next exciting experience, enticing escape, electrifying enterprise. Is someone in there? You there, fine gentleman in the, orange coat. I am pretty gentle. How would you like to own the next minor share in the next major maneuver? Well, I'm not into anything major, but I do like sharing. Oh my god. Oh my lord. Hank is so good. Oh. He is tiny and baby and has no brain in head. I must reiterate, the share is very minor. What do we get to share again? God, that blep. When you just know that there's not a single thought. Just the howling of winds across an empty plain in his brain. Very, very minor. Sorry, I can't stop. Sorry, I need to do something. Oh. It's the combination of the equations and then just his eyes with that intense concentration. How exactly are you talking? Oh. Pawn Voyage is a multinational, multi-layered, multi-your-friend corporation. Am I getting involved in a pyramid scheme without knowing it? What the... Offering secure touristry adjacent goods and services in exchange for valuable personal collateral. He lost me. Don't think he ever had me to begin with. Just bring in your old, useless, priceless family jewelry or expensive heirloom of choice, and we'll give you a 1 to 3 day all-inclusive voucher for the vacation of a lifetime. Oh, thank you, Meaty. Sorry, buddy, I don't have anything expensive or a heirloom. Pawn Voyage is also on the lookout for brand new ventures and locations. Why does he keep saying it like that? For its millions of customers all around the valley. Oh, you don't have any customers yet. We will take any location or premises, no matter how rundown or decrepit, to offer our very human patrons the holidays they deserve. Wait, for humans to live here? I don't think anyone wants to live here. They're just tourists. I've seen this before. Humans wander around where Shark Boy tells them, then they stare at the trees and try to forget whatever they're running from. Okay, Will, just at me next time. Like, I didn't expect to be called out like that. Hank has the best I have no idea what you're saying face. I read it in a magazine. Humans are whack. If you or a friend of a friend would like to offer your home or house to become a Bon Voyage premium premises, by restoring, repairing, redecorating, and bringing it up to a minimum standard, which frankly no one enforces, and drastically, barely, alter your monthly income, simply press the green button under my gullet and a representative will get in touch. Gonna be honest, I have no idea what he just said. If I heard that shark right, I'm pretty sure it wants to give us money. Human grade, primo quality, shiny money. All I heard was that humans are coming back. Well, the money has to get here somehow. Thank you for the doots, Sabs. Soon somebody will unlock the new rare doots. Humans? I've barely seen one in months. That's more than enough. Hello? Don't you see what this means? Your oddly alarming strength, my foolproof understanding of all things, and SpoilSport's cheerful attitude. I am cheerful. Just don't care for him, that's all. We stand to make a boatload of cash. I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what you just said. Human, back, money, give, good. I'm gonna be honest. It's anything other than good. Look, just go tell the shark we're in. We'll just use any broken down shed. They're all abandoned anyway. Like, the thing is, you're right, Max. Like, people have worked so hard trying to figure out what makes the perfect story. And it turns out, like, you just need the perfect protagonist. But then what makes the perfect protagonist? And the answer is he. In the adventure mode menu, you have 2 additional options. If you're not a fan of the dark, after midnight you can sleep until the following morning. This also advances time. If you'd like to see inside of most buildings, you can lower the roofs and walls. Oh, rad. That's cool. It really weirdly does, Josh. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Grab opportunity by the throat and show it who's boss. First I'm gonna press the green button. I am an idiot. Here's the thing. He didn't say anything about pressing a red button. He just said press the green button. And I don't think Hank has the brain power to consider that there is actually an alternative. Oh my lord. Do you realize something important? There are more than enough Hank expressions to make a Hank PNG tuber. It wouldn't even be that difficult. But yes, Max, that sounds wonderful. Hello again. Congratulations, you have been automatically entered into a standard legally binding agreement by using your fingerprint identification data from the local police department. Buddy, that ain't gonna help. Welcome to the family, error unknown pattern. Name suits you. You are now contractually obligated to provide your premium property details within the next 3 business days. Simply press the green button under my gullet when the premises are ready to accept our first guest. Alright, who knows anything about human houses? Well, I used to look at the pictures of the houses in the magazines we found. I know, Max, I fully understand. Did the humans maybe just live under a bus? Okay. I love Annie's expression here, with her eyes facing in completely different direction. Just this moment of her brain clearly no longer functioning. It's incredible. No, I don't think that cuts it. They're fragile and get scared easily. Sounds familiar? I think I know a thing or two about making a place cozy. And I do not get scared that easy. Yeah, but I think we need help too. We should go find Tony. I really don't think we should bother him. He won't mind. Besides, I think he'll enjoy the company. I don't even know where he is these days. I doubt he ever left Sawdust. Go see if you can sniff him out and tell him we need his master woodwork skills. That'll get him going. Whomst the frick is Tony? The reason all the jokes about Mondays are so terrible is because people only think them up on a Monday. You know, that's probably true. Ooh, ooh. Unlock fast travel? I have no reason to believe I even need fast travel. But I want it. Crafting table. Can now be used to build rooms and craft furniture. No buildings available in this area. Heck. But here's a building in this area. More free stuff. I don't think I can adequately express how much I already adore this game. Look at all the rad stuff for free. That's the biggest crack I've ever seen. Chat, what's the biggest crack you've ever seen? That was the correct answer, Max. Well done. I wonder where a tree this big could fit. Oh? We don't have to be talking about butts. I mean, we could be talking about butts, but we don't have to be talking about butts. Look at all the cool stuff I'm getting. What even is this? Cotton sheet. Neat. Are you Tony? By God, a bear! It's just me, sir. Hank, from the thicket. Oh, goodness, you can talk? I'm just yanking your tail, boy. How's your mother? She's great. Listen, I wanted to ask if you could help us. We've got a... Help? Why didn't you say so? What do you need? Stack of birch? Well, actually, my friends and I were wondering... Oak spoon? Oh, I think Margaret would love that. Has anyone taught you how to saw yet? No, there's this shark in Timber Crossing. Oh, a redwood plaque for your fish? He says he's bringing humans to the valley. Oh. Well, we haven't seen those in a while, have we? What could I possibly have to do with that? How much do you know about building things? For humans, I mean. Well, as you know, of course, everything people make is perfect. When I took over the mill here, I found all these papers and schematics. Felt like stumbling upon artifacts. Never thought wood could take so many shapes. Looky here. Elaborate contours, knotty frames, perfect angles. Clearly only an incredible being could come up with all of this. Oh. Can you make all that? Oh, anyone can. It's quite simple once you figure out how to read these things. Would you like me to teach you? Yes. Well, I was hoping you could help us fix up this old shack at Timber Crossing. Oh. How wonderful. We'll need my backsaw and mallet, a ladder, and a couple of stacks of pine. I mean, we'll find out, Josh. Fetch those for me, will you? The bright yellow ones. They're all yellow. Oh, okay, so E just is a quick take-all. Store any extra materials in the stash near the Pon Voyage car. I don't think that's going to be a concern quite yet. Hello? Oh, I was stuck. So did you find all the wood? Yep. Yep, got it right here. Grand, perfect. You're doing such a great job. Thanks. I just picked it off the ground. Oh my god, Josh. Maybe this is a sequel to Terra Nil. Maybe this is what happens after you've restored the environment. Amazing. Now I'm headed to Timber Crossing. I'll see you there. Oh, he's also very good. I stole his tools, I guess? No. I borrowed his tools. I mean, Josh, to the best of my understanding, all games are set within the Nier universe. Or could be. Why not simply punch the trees? I don't have any stone yet, and I know I'm going to need it eventually, because this is a crafting game. Yeah, I should... I feel like Nier should be on my list, eventually. Yes, all of that is wonderful. And we're gonna use this old shed. Haven't seen a human claim it in years. Oh yes, this will do nicely. Look who decided to finally show up. Well, you know what, Will? I had to go somewhere, and you just stayed here, so maybe less of the sass? As I was telling your friend here, the wood you brought ought to be enough. I'll get started on this. First, you'll have to clean up the shed of all the garbage. think I can do that. Haha, I think I've done that, sir. I am an overachiever. Did you clean up the shed? Yepity-doo-dar. Yep. Right. Now we'll have to use this old workbench. What? Well, you can't hammer a nail in thin air. You need some place to make it work. Table next to the tree, Hank. Grab some wood and put it back together while I tidy up the place. Again, already done. I'm just too dang good at this game. Passages will be cleared and bridges will be repaired to allow access. Ooh, so that's how you expand your area. I can fix the toilet. Luxurious facilities for the unassuming. Definitely an attractive proposal for anyone in an emergency. Plus 1 extra guest request per day in this area. Did you get that workbench fixed? Like brand spanking new. That's good. Enough. Thanks. Hello, Trum. Okay, I have a problem. Which is, I don't know which of my friends would be considered a bear. Because I keep wanting to point out, and in this case, bear as in the gay stereotype. I keep wanting to say something, but I don't know who would be. Oh, it's you, Meaty. Thank you for the dukes, Paula. Also, welcome to stream. Excuse me. Baby's first building. You have plenty of time to get better. Now, humans got over the cold stone floors and itchy hay a while ago. They would much rather sleep on a clean, soft, springy surface. Here, this is none of those things, but it'll do. Ooh, I can buy things? You've unlocked new crafting recipes. Shabby pallet bed. Well, Paula, you rolled unnaturally high on yourself because nobody knew you were here. But I'm glad you're here. Go make one at the workbench. Once prepared, the workbench is used to craft and place objects as well as build rooms. Functional objects are specific to room types and are crafted from materials. Beds give comfort and belong in bedrooms, toilets give hygiene and belong in bathrooms, etc. Once you're done, exit build mode and by using the exit button. Learn new blueprints from quests or by buying them and interacting with them to learn the rest. Buy more blueprints at Pawn Voyage shops as they become available. Man, I haven't seen Angry Video Game Nerd in a while. Yes, actually. Yes, I think this is what I would like very much in my game. Yes. How do I, like, save it? Window. Everybody wants a room with a view. Okay. Oh, there we go. Level 1 bedroom option. Okay, I've got no... Okay, that's fine. No, I don't want to make a new bedroom. I want to... There we go. Edit it. There we go. Bed, go in room. And let's make another one. Like, I know I don't need to do all of this yet, but this is immediately my jam. Up against the wall. Max? Yes. Yes, that's exactly it. Okay, so I was not supposed to place the bed yet. I was just supposed to make a bed and then go talk to him. The overachiever has been ruined by his overachieving. It's fine. I'll need more beds eventually. Were you able to make that bed? Yep, got it right here. I didn't think it could look worse than the schematics, but here we are. Sir! Sir, please. My soul. Oh, I mean, excellent. You're doing so well. Better than mine back home. That's just sad. Well, hurry along and put it to good use. Make a bedroom and put the bed in it. Bed done, baby! Yeah, building rooms. Rooms will also require mandatory objects in order to... Sure. Ooh, rotating. Good. That's good to know. Cool. So, were you able to make that bedroom? Yes, sir. Stains and all. Brilliant. I almost prefer it to the dead tree I used to sleep in. You encourage weird. Alright, now, this is the most important step. Humans always need to feed their false sense of superiority by having someone around that they can look down on. You seem to know a lot about that. So we're gonna need to make them feel welcome by putting down a little table at the front of the house that tells them where to go. And a little black book to keep the records for the shark. Oh yes, here's how you make it. Quite straightforward, really. After you've made it, just put it down in the shed and then it's time to rake in the dough. Okay. Front desk. Oh, this is considered decorative? That's fine. No. Okay. That's nicely aligned. Yeah. Yeah. It's good. Did you place the front desk? Yep, it's in there. That looks good. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you're a natural. You're a fast learner. It's not that great. It took me forever and there's barely anything in there. Are they even gonna like it? Meaty, are you suggesting I make that? Because that's not a silly thought. Bread house is more difficult because bread is not hard like gingerbread. I could try making a gingerbread house, especially come Christmas. We'll see about that later. At the moment, I'm just trying to perfect bread. Sure know how to take a compliment. Well, you know what? If you all could learn to give one, it would be better. Oh, sorry? Thank you? Thank you. Sorry. Go talk to Sharky Boy. Tell him we got his joint ready. Load-bearing bread is such a fantastic phrase. Yeah. Hello? We'd like to have some humans over. Congratulations! Your premium property is now listed on the network. The time had come to unleash something both intriguing and unfortunate on Silver Valley. People. These dewy, mostly hairless creatures were a controversial topic in the neighborhood. Some thought they were godly beings, forging the world with their magic and machines. Mostly because they left behind food and other stuff that animals liked. Others would throw a fit of rage, calling them unqualified harbingers of doom. A bit dramatic if you asked Hank. All he knew for sure was what his mom always said. Keep your distance. Which is why we're running a B&B. So much for that. You can now start earning hardly life-changing income. Simply accept your first guest through your front desk and give them the experience of a lifetime. Guest management? Oh, hell yeah. Show all the active resorts you've discovered. Each resort will display its available bedrooms, guest requests, and reviews. Bedrooms you build will be listed with their current vacancy status and scored. Every morning, new guests will request to stay at your resort. You have to accept them and assign them to rooms. Depending on the resort...
Hey.
Hello, Max. Each guest will have demands for their room. Use the accept button to accept a guest request. Assign the guest to a bedroom for their stay. Try to match the bedroom scores to the guest demands for better reviews and payouts. That makes sense. You can get more guest requests per day in an area by repairing monuments. Presumably because it looks cooler. Also you, Max. While you're off on an adventure in another location, your resorts will still run. That's called a passive income stream, baby. So, based on pooping, I think we can only take one person at the moment. Oh. Hee. I put the front desk in the wrong place. There's no... This cannot be perfectly aligned. So instead, I shall put it there. Yes. Bedrooms 2, active guest 0. We have 1 guest request. So 5 comfort, 2 decoration. So it's really not particularly. Beatrix Harper requires 3 comfort and 3 decoration, so she won't be super happy with the decoration, but she'll be fine with the comfort. What? I don't know what your concern is, Max. They are, Sage. Also, you're very pleasant. Sage, you can't just say that when you have the comfiest voice. Press the green button. I got a human on the way. Congratulations, you are now on your way to financial independence. In actuality, you are much, much closer to financial ruin. But you have a head start. And that probably means something. Thank you, Sabs. I couldn't control myself. In any case, make sure you keep up with guest demands, as they tend to become pickier and pickier. Sadly, an issue that technology hasn't been able to solve yet. I got an achievement. Host your first guest. And yet, that first guest has not yet arrived. What am I to think of? Secrets? I don't think I could handle the bus life. Tasty sandwich? Hello? Well, hello there, bud. Aren't you a good-looking one? Haven't seen your likes around my buses before. I would argue you're the rarer sight. No, I like your hair. Soft bear noises. That was not where I saw that going. Oh, what a kind-looking bud you are. I'm Oliver. I run the buses here, if it wasn't evident. Ah, look at me. Of course it's not evident. Bears don't take the bus. Do you take the bus? I've been on a broken down tractor before. Does that count? Mild bear noises. I don't see why you couldn't either. Yeah, Sage, that'll happen. You know what? You think you could do me a solid, bud? I've got this letter I've been dying to send. I can't just leave my buses. There's not been any post since, well, in years. Probably know these places better than I do. You think you could find your way to Sawdust and give this to Beanie for me? She usually hangs around the Firewatch Tower. Oh my god, is this a crossover with Firewatch? I can't open this yet, implying I will be able to. Pen on a string. Thank you for clipping soft bear noises. I like you a whole lot. Got him. Do I have to do something special to get the guest to arrive? Uh-oh, alert, alert. It looks like your premium property is lacking in the old P department. Hey, I don't... Prestige! Oh, so just pissed. Wow. That means that the decoration levels of your property aren't up to our low, low standards. It is ugly. But it looks just like my room. In order to attract more lucrative guests, just make your properties more appealing by adding non-essential ornamental furniture and knickknacks. Yes, go crazy for knickknacks. What an uncomfortable sentence. Raise the property prestige level to a satisfying degree before returning. Increase prestige by increasing the amount of decoration. Oh, okay. She was scared of me. I fully understand. Why do I have so many requests? You would probably be fine. Bedroom 1. Okay, but how do I... Oh, here's where I buy a new thing. Shabby wooden bed. Ooh, fancy. Simple wooden wardrobe. People need a place to put their stuff. Wooden footrest. I have almost no money. I can't do any of these. Wait, if I help Busman by delivering his letter, will I get money from that? Also, resources appear to respawn, which I'm gonna call a good thing. Now, Whomst, and also Wormst, is Beanie. This is a bit spooky. Which, to be clear, I like. Oh, thicket. That's where Mama lives. Okay, there's no Beanie there. Are you Beanie? No, you're Sabine. Hello! I don't believe we've met yet. How did you end up here? With my feetsies. Burbling bear noises. Good. Physical activity is always a great idea. Wait, you can understand me? I've been around these woods for a while. I think I get the gist of what you're saying. Oh, hell yeah. Oh yeah? Then what am I saying right now? Actual, literal bear noise. That was pretty unintelligible. I guess I could use the practice. No, I feel bad. I'm sorry. Haha, I'm just yoking you. What's a big softy like you doing all the way here? I'm looking for Beanie. I have something for her. Oh, that's just a nickname. I'm Beanie. Sabine is Beanie. That makes sense. Or Sabine if you're my mom. But I like, Beanie. No one calls me that anymore. Who told you that? Oliver, the bus person. He gave me a letter for you. Oh, Ollie, such a sweetheart. No wonder he trusted you. Let me see it. I can't believe he found it. Ollie, you weasel. Where was it? Did he tell you? He's not a weasel. Though I understand the resemblance. No, he found the last page of our atlas. We made this ages ago. He had barely gotten his driver's license, and I had a much smaller hat. That's how you know progression has happened. Hat become big. We mapped out the whole valley. Figured out where to put stations for his buses and everything. Thought this burned up in the fire. I didn't know the fire was that big. Listen, I know you came all this way, but could you get this thing back to him? I bet he doesn't even know I have the rest. Compass. Here, you can have this. It'll help you find your way back faster. Oh. Area map can be accessed through the button next to the mini-map. Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. I do, in fact, like you. Okay. Ooh. A new person who appears to be a raccoon. Whoa there, big fella. Where'd you come from? I live here. Where did you come from? Alright, enough of the questions. What are you after? That sure sounds like a question. Trash, junk, muck? I'm looking for something humans like. Something that would make them feel more distinguished. Slop, scrap, rubble? No, I need something exquisite. That's where you're wrong, my colossal companion. I got what you need. You've stumbled upon the most handsome curator of crap this side of the valley. There isn't one thing these animals throw away that I can't flip back at them. Great, let me just have a look in that dumpster. Not so fast, bozo. How do I know I can trust you? My, authoritative height? My adorable bleps? Be that as it may, we don't trade with just anyone off the street. My head would be in a gutter before noon. Although I do spend a lot of time down there. But you've got to be approved before I can sell you anything. I'll tell you what, there's a bus depot across the road. I can smell the stinky tuna from here. Find me a snack, then we can talk. Oh, buddy, I've already done it. But before that, let me clear this spot out. This looks like it could be another premium location. Wait, oh, there's Ali. Back already, bud? Did you find Beanie? Did you give her the letter? Yes, I did. Affirming bear noises. Oh, you're the man, bud. Or bear, sorry. So, what did she say? Why did she take a photo of a bus? Oh, no, she didn't. She took a photo of a man talking to a bear. I understand. She gave me this for you. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Bud. She found the rest of it. That's incredible, Bud. Oh, drawing all of this out with her was the most fun I ever had. Short of driving a bus, of course. Of course. Look, there's Sawdust and High Lake, and look, this is where we are. Oh, you probably don't even know what I'm on about. This valley is huge. This place a bus couldn't even reach. I know. I know, it's wild. Listen, I've been here for a while, just me and my buses. But it just don't feel right for us to sit on our tires like that, you know? No one's really needed me on my buses in a long time. But with all the new folks starting to visit and all, I think you should have this. And look, see where these old bus stops are. If you manage to fix these up like you did with the old storage shed, I'll give you bus rides for free. Heck, I don't think bears have any pockets for money anyway. Bus sign. Heck yeah. Look, the first one is right there next to the shed. How about it? Okay. So the compass gives you local view, whereas the atlas gives you world view. Neat. So, did you find any grub? Yes, I found you a fancy sandwich. Stale bread, crunchy cheese, weak old mustard? That's all I could find. Just like Mum used to make. Alright, you brutish charmer. I think his voice changed, and I don't remember what it was before, so we're fine. I'll let you buy my special selection of swill. And here, I'll even let you have this one for free. Anything else comes at a price. And I don't mean none of that stinking human stuff. Took's garbage. I mean real valuable. How come I ain't seen you around here before? Oh, we used to come here all the time, dumpster diving. Oh, really? Didn't take you for a criminal. No, it's not like that. My buddy Will always made me go. And it was only magazines and pamphlets, not bad stuff. Relax, my delinquent friend. I'm not gonna snitch at you if you ain't. Besides, haven't seen a lick of the new humans around here for a while. Not since the couple that ran around after that big inferno. Yeah, we used to never be allowed past the fence in the thicket. Now we walk around like we own the place. Never let anyone tell you that you don't. Anyways, humans coming back in droves, huh? That's pretty wild if you pull it off. And probably make a few folk pissy in the process. Listen, I get plenty of demand, so my business revolves around supply. No humans, no garbage to sell back to them. And especially slim pickings if we don't get any of the rich-looking kind. They dump the best junk. I'll tell you what, since you're fixing up the old shed for him, how about you do the same for the kiosk up here? They used to fluck around that place like raccoons to a burger wrapper. It's me, I'm Raccoons. Oh, Took, I adore you. I'm just getting the hang of it. This sounds a lot more complicated. Nah, this is a one-and-done deal. They just need a couple of things to keep them distracted. Beaver will know all about it. He was here when the place was built. Who knows what new kinds of goods we'll have in the shop. It's possible, Josh. It would be depressing. Okay, so garbage can give you this stuff. Let's get a welcome mat. These are janky, but they're still nice. Small geometric rug, one for each room, I think. And a bear painting for each room. Yeah. One-stop shop for decorative objects. Okay, let's fix this. New bus station is now available. You can now fast travel here. She arrives tomorrow. She leaves tomorrow. Okay. So I don't need to worry too much about that. Do I have any reviews yet? No. Probably only after she leaves. I did want to do some decorating, you know, at night. Let's lower the... Okay, well, you can't see the welcome mat, but it's there. Each room gets a small geometric rug at the foot of the bed. And each room gets a picture of a bear next to the window. That's decorative. Right? Hello again, my child. I mean, my favorite apprentice. Don't worry, he's been calling me that all day. You get used to it. Oh, hello? Look, I have it on very good authority that the kiosk up there is our next best shot at getting more humans to... Oh, you do you? Thank you, Max. Let me hydrate. I didn't even see that. And what authority is that exactly? Well... Oh, marvelous. The old travel kiosk was the jewel of Timber Crossing. It was one of the first things humans built here. Oh, so kind of like the pyramids. No, you'll actually find it's more of a rectangular parallelepiped. That word tripped me up. Something fierce. A rectangular what? So I think we should spruce it up like we did with the shed. And that'll attract more humans and get us even more money, right, Will? Right. Still want to know how you came up with that. Oh, it's a brilliant idea, as usual, my son. Student! Yes, that's what I said. Oh. Oh, have we discovered our papa? Have you... So are you our actual papa, or do you want to be step papa and you just had your eyes on Mama Bear for a while? I take it back. You don't actually get used to it. Well, let's get started right away. Get in there and clear the place out of all the rubble. Then we'll get to building. Oh, all clean? Yep, almost sparkling. Wonderful. Now, if I remember everything correctly, there are a few things the humans looked for in the kiosk. I can make a couple, but I don't have everything I need to get them just right. There's a few oddities I'd need to get it all together. I'll need a bit of human literature. Got a book back home we could use. There's also an old computer sitting under the tower in sawdust. Oh, and some sort of writing apparatus? I think the bus driver might have one in his little bus shack. Great! Treasure hunt! Take your time, I'll put together everything else in the meantime. You know what, Max? That was my assumption at first, but then the fact that he like, actually I mean student, that made me think that he meant it in a much more literal sense. Like, a concerningly literal sense. Not going through there anytime soon. We can get some more decorations. Ooh. 2 small nightstands. On each one... Wait, that's a... Oh, it's a wall lamp. Yeah, but nightstands are still good. Cardboard box. That is not furniture. And they probably want, like, drawers. They'd like to put their clothes somewhere while they sleep. 130 monies. Actually, I think I'd prefer to put that closer against the wall. That we can have the nightstand there. And the oil lamp above the bed. Level 2 prestige, baby! Property prestige is the principal proof of a prominent plot. Looks a little better now, I think. Congratulations! You've increased your new property's value by 0.25%. That is 278% more than our guests receive on their average trip. Oh my lord. What's the average trip like? More prestigious properties will earn better results, so keep up the work. Yeah, chat, keep up the work. I want to see if I got a review. 4.5 stars. Good, an absolutely decent stay. I might be tempted to recommend it. Oh. Comfortable. Decoration unseemly. Okay, but bedrooms are now at 5 and 10. So I can get someone who expects a little bit more, like 4 and 3. Jane Lawrence, you can go into bedroom 1. Okay, let's get that old computer. And then at some point I should probably go home and talk to my mom. Here's the thing, Sage. I'm not saying cardboard boxes are not useful. Are not useful as furniture, but I would never pick one out as furniture. I would never go, haha, yes, I pick from here a box. The woods are peaceful and quiet these days. A little too quiet. Obtain of computer? Oh, this is the... Yo, this is cool. Oh, Beanie, your stuff is so rad. I wonder if she plays Firewatch on that computer. As I said, I do like the fact that this is a little spooky. I don't think there's any reason for it to be too spooky, but I do think it's fun that it's a little spooky. I do have a problem I'm going to acknowledge right now, which is every instinct I have, my very soul, is demanding that I play this constantly. Waiting a week before streams is going to be rough. No, Sage, I've got a plan for Wednesday. Hi, Mama Bear. Oh, she's fine with this. Just make sure you don't leave on an empty stomach. Okay. Thanks. I finished Apico off stream is part of my concern. Excuse me? Wibbly wobbly timey wimey noises? Legitimately, I might start like a second save for off stream, depending on how much I can or cannot resist it. There's a lot I can't do here at the moment, which is interesting. Arrives tomorrow, leaves tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, let's have a good stretch. Thank you. I do have a concern about this game so far, which is, where is Hank's iconic hat? Were you able to find everything? It took a while, but here you go. Oh, yes, yes. This is everything I need. And I will also hydrate. Thank you, Edie. Yeah, it won't take long. I'll just hammer these walls 6 or 7 times. Just like new. Oh, so it's like an information center kind of thing. The kiosk ready? It's ready. I never thought I'd say this. Logorrhea. I'm so proud of this game. Excuse me? Yeah, it was 38 across in the 1982 Crossword semis. I found it in the dumpster the other day. That's gross. Know what you're thinking of the other thing. Found that too. Anyway, you did good, kid. There'll be more stuff for you to buy at the dumpster now. Oh, and putting in a good word with the big cheese. God? Do you personally know God? Alright, Hank, my boy. I've done about all I can for this place. I think you got a good start here. Although there's quite a bit of work ahead of you still. Thanks, Tony. I'll be back in my mill if you ever need me. Oh, and say hello to your mother for me. Oh, I was 100% correct. I'll tell her to drop by sometime. New items available in Took's Garbage. Completing quests and progressing through the story unlocks more items for sale in shops. Interesting. Ooh. Modest towel rack. Complete with old musty towel. Possum cloak. I don't like it. Sensible floor lamp. Sage, you better finish typing that. Top. Sage, I never thought I'd say this. If that is the extent of your gay thoughts, I'm very disappointed in you. Did you get that bus stop fixed? I indeedly diddly do. Approving bear noises. That's great news, bud. Oliver seemed like a friendly, easygoing softy, one of the few people that stuck around the valley. Duck, on the other hand, was a crooked critter with a taste for stolen baloney. A strange pair that lived in peculiar harmony. I can smell the gasoline burning through my nose hairs already. Listen, anytime you come across one of these stops, just give it a wash, slap a new sign on it. And boom, I'll drive you there anytime. Oliver's toolbox. Hank, where are you? Hank, where have you been? I've been sniffing all over. Well, I met Tony, and he taught me how to find some lumber, and then we made a bed for humans, and where did you find the alligator weed? Oh no, we didn't find any of that, just pine and plywood. Any minute now. But we also had to use some cotton. Hank? Yes? Every time. Mom! There it is. I completely forgot. Oh my gosh, we have to go home. Okay, bus stations. I mean, I didn't forget. I already went home. Ooh, good froggy noises. I like the fact that they didn't just go with, like, the one froggy noise. Hank! Kids! Mom, we've been gone for like a week. Why weren't you worried before now? Hank, where have you been? Where have you been? My goodness gracious. Are you alright? Did something happen? I'm okay, Mom. Nothing happened. Alright, good. What was in that thick head of yours? And you! Look at Annie's face again. Just... perfect. I didn't even say anything. You put him up to this again, didn't you? You did a bit. No, Mom, Will didn't do anything. We weren't even gone that long. It's been days. Humans are coming back. And another thing. They're what? And we're helping. You see, well, don't suppose anything's wrong with that. We're gonna get more to visit, and they'll bring money and trash, and we'll get to learn all about them, and I get to make stuff for them. Me, Tony told me to build a bed, and I haven't heard from him in ages. Well, I suppose there was nothing I could do to keep you around anyway. Don't say that, Mom. I'm not going anywhere. I just... feels nice to do something out there for a change. Something helpful. I know it does, dear. For now, at least. You're all probably exhausted. You should go rest. Yeah, we gotta check on our humans. There it is! Hello, Vitae. I'm proud of you for definitely not falling asleep. Alright, dear. At least don't forget your hat next time in case it rains. Now get some rest. I'm sorry, Anton? Why is every character in this game better than the last? It's amazing. Oh, don't get up for me. I can see just fine from here. What? Let's just say you made the right impressions to the right people, pal. Are you the big cheese? That's not true. I did no such thing. Relax. It's a good thing. It is? The oversized rat did say the size doesn't scale everywhere. You saying I have a small peepee? Listen, you made quite an impact on my trash-talking associate. Which is rare. In case you feel like keeping that up, the way to the old road's been cleared. If you happen to make your way down there, come find me at the dump. Why would I do that? But I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. Okay, so clearly I'm meant to be doing, like, an Al Capone voice. I cannot. God, every single time. Oh, I don't know. Yes, you could refuse it, but it's a pretty good offer. Do what you want. I don't care. New routes unlocked towards the A24. That was weird. Okay. There he is! There's our man. Hello? Oh, that was Annie. She was just walking weird. We'll stay up all night watching movies again. Something about a dog named oh, same. New stay requests, bunch of cool things happen. Ooh, also, I got Mun's Huns, which means I should be able to now buy some fancier furniture and not everything from the trash. Who could be a nice table? Oh, who's there? Why, it is quite unexpected. Why, you're a big fella, aren't you? You don't seem very frightening. That's all right. You're not the first critter I meet around these parts. Don't be afraid. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. Apologetic bear noises. Well, it's quite nice to meet you too, dear. I'm Barbara. I've been the keeper of these woods ever since I could tell a Joppy Jeffrey from a blue shag. You know where you are. What's a blue shag? Bear noises? Oh, of course you don't. You're not from around here. I would have known. Well, we're in Timber Crossing, one of the largest lumber hubs this side of the valley. Or, well, it used to be. Barely a soul sets foot in this place anymore. Although, lately I've noticed quite a few more souls than usual. Almost like something's drawing people back. And then I couldn't help but see what a wonderful little shed we got. Did you have a hand in that? I might have put a few things together. Confident bear noises. I never thought I'd see another person visit our little valley, let alone tourist. I have to say, that was quite the accomplishment to do on your own. I hope I'll see more of your handiwork soon. Okay, Barbara, I love you. I would do anything for you. Heaven and earth shall be parted, such that good things will happen to Barbara. Ooh, perfect review. Yes. Great. Lovely experience and great host. We'll be booking in advance for my next trip. Bedroom 2 is empty. 3, 3, 4... 4, 8. Guest expects a higher than average decoration score during their stay. But I've got that. I've got 5, 10. And I'm going to take a risk and see if this works. Since this person is leaving, since bedroom 1 is leaving tomorrow, someone arriving tomorrow shouldn't be too much of an issue. In theory. Okay, people are still scared of me. I could not interpret that sprite for a few seconds. I always wanted to be a race car driver. Not many bus Grand Prix out there, I tell you. Okay, I can get bus signs, I can get loggers tools. I'm actually going to get the loggers tools. You need them to clear out a lot of garbage that you come across. Congratulations! It seems that your first property is coming along nicely. Now that you are earning the equivalent tips of a door-to-door salesman, you are presented with an opportunity. In order to achieve the prestigious Bon Voyage pedigree, you have to bring the property in this area up to our standards. Complete the stay for at least +1 more guests. Okay, that's not difficult at this point. So I can improve my bed. I don't think I need any of this really, but let's start with improving the bed. Because I don't need to do it now, but I will definitely want it later. I just got flashbacks to Cult of the Lamb where you have to clean toilets all the time. And apparently you don't have to do that here. So, you know, this is definitely the superior game. Find the source of joy somewhere in the A24. Yes, Sage? Yeah, Meaty. What? Like, who even would? You're welcome, Sage. A happy chemical is worth it, Sage. Looks like a good place to hide a body. Hank, I'm concerned that that's literally your first thought. Oh, Claire, you're adorable. Not there either. He either skipped town again or is lining a ditch somewhere. That boy couldn't tell his tail hole from his mouth hole. He wouldn't bail, not on us. Bye, Max, I love you. Oh, 10 o'clock, Chief. What a surprise. Now a hefty entrepreneur. Did he just call me fat? Is there a problem, boss? No, not yet anyway. How'd you find the trip, Hank? I don't think I told you my name. You didn't have to. I knew it before your mother did. I don't think she knew, sir. Mom didn't name me. Yeah, it really is thinner up there, isn't it? Are you my dad? Is that what we're finding out here? Sure is. I didn't catch your name. That's because I don't throw it around. It's on a need-to-know basis. Need-to-know basis? Well, I kind of need to know. You won't get far with that attitude, kid. Anyway, I'm Anton. I run the place. What place? Ah, what place? This place. Everything the stench touches. Listen, you haven't earned all of these questions yet. My collaborator up north says you're up to something good, bringing people back up in the valley. It's good news for everyone, but we got a problem. One of my crew went missing 3 nights ago. Claire will fill you in. We lost Wade at approximately 9 p.m. near the Black Moss border. We were out doing our scavenge runs. I was negotiating a particularly heavy piece of scrap. 10 seconds later, I turn around and there was no Wade. Thank you, Sage. It's one I'm particularly proud of. I will hydrate. Just the low hiss of the swamp. You have any idea what happened to him? No, but you will. I'll make you a deal. You need me and my dump to get your little venture up and running. Otherwise, you'll run around for scraps and die of old age before your first customer sets foot in the place. I'll let you keep any scrap you find in here if you get us Wade back. We suspect he's somewhere in Black Moss. That's where I'd check first. I wouldn't be sitting around if I were you. Dark and spooky. Hello, a second shark? Come on, come all to the annual celebration. Finn? Join the joyous jubilation and celebrate the things that make life worth living. Our special offers and exclusive discounts. You're not Finn. Of course I am. I am Terry Finn. Because I get up every day feeling just terrified. What? What is that is that meant to be a pun? You're a different kind of annoying. It was a Terry or Finn. Having 2 first names is an egregious marketing offense that only leads to customer confusion. Parental advice materials should include branding guidelines. I'm always saying that. My name is conveniently picked by a committee of advertising specialists, based on current cultural and pun-friendly trends. As nature intended. Bon Voyage would like to commemorate this very sad yet lucrative past year by bringing you the festive winter spirit. In purchasable form. Well, I am a sucker for little festive versions of everyday things. Oh, Oh, red flappy hat. Oh, festive polar sweater. Oh, breezy trousers. Yes. Yes, I do in fact have the good chemicals. Ooh. Is this going to be like a bigger, fancier location? Sony's construction service. No available instructions. Ooh, this is going to be like my super cool hotel, isn't it? Oh, look at it. It's garbage. I love it. I just had to clean it out. Ooh, spooky nighttime forest noise. Sorry, not forest noise, there's desert noise. This is how you get to the other part of Black Moss. Good frog noise. Charcoal lily. Hello? Alligator witch? Hello? Oh, not this again. I can't keep doing, like, a southern accent for every character. Oh, not this again. I swear on my tail. Hell yeah, Sage. What happened this time? Stuck a hand down the drain pipe. Bad mushrooms. Heard a noise coming from the trees. Oh, no, I was just looking. But I hate to break it to you. All trees make noise. That's pretty much all they do. And they sure as hell ain't doing it for you. Sorry to bother you, ma'am. I'm just looking for a friend. A friend? Here? Happy hour ain't what it used to be. He's pretty small and I think he got lost. I'm worried something happened to him. Small? How small are we talking? But small things don't last a lot of time around here. Unless you mean shelf life. Oh gosh, no. It's a rat. His name is Wade. Oh, crickets. Someone came looking for that thing. You should be paying me rent. Yeah, I know where your Wade is. Unfortunately. Come inside. Inside? Oh, don't go all brave on me. You're too big for my cauldron anyway. I'm sorry. Tadpole Wizard is the finest thing any game has ever done. Look at that. Correct, Sabs. I've been playing this game for 2 hours, and it just keeps delivering. Oh, here we go. And then, just before the tire hit, Boss pulled up his cane and smacked it out of the way. Oh, golly! Then what happened? We got the piece and scrapped. Wow, and what was it like? The thing? Oh, you mean the little old artifact that yours truly snipped out in less than an hour? Only just about the rustiest cataclysmic comforter you've ever seen. Whoa. It stank too, real bad. You'd think a cockroach lived in it before we found it. Whoa. Big, what did I say about liaising with the criminal? Criminal? Where? Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Besides, we have a guest. A rather unusual one at that. Wade? Are you Wade? Hello. I mean, no, I'm not. Oh, yes, he is. A festering, noisy pest that can't keep his tail out of other people's business. I was prepping him for pickling, if you need to know. His tiny bones make for great featherhood. No, you were not. You just said you didn't know how to get rid of him. Shush, child! Who wants to know? I'm on a mission to get you back to the dump. Your boss is worried sick. You talked to Mr. A? Well, more like slightly preoccupied. Can't believe he sent someone after me. Yeah, he told me to bring you back and he'd let me use the dump. So I can get more humans in the valley. He never lets any outsiders in the dump. You must be something special, mister. Well, let's not get too hasty, Mr. Special. This rat isn't leaving this place just like that. But she just said you wanted him gone. Of course I do, but now you want to take him. So there's a value of circumstance. I ran out of charcoal lilies for my pickle juice. You won't find him anywhere else but Black Moss. Or maybe the bird brain on A24 has some for sale. He just gets him here anyway. Ipswich's Wholesale. Bring me back a few and I'll see about jailbreaking your new friend here. Okay. Well, I picked them up. 1, 2. Ah, yeah, looks right. Good, this better have been worth your time. Because next time you're taking him back in a jar. And paying double. Thanks for helping us out, mister. Miss Charlotte can't bend after the lilies like she used to. Shush, child! Oh. Charlotte, the half-tailed alligator, struck Hank as someone who was good at trying to be scary, but didn't always stick the landing. As evidenced by Twiggy, her tadpole buddy, who by their mere tiny presence debunked any worry that Charlotte would actually try to fit Hank in her big boiling cauldron. That's the hope, at least. All right, Pipsqueak. Yes, ma'am? Scram. Yes, ma'am. My shed is also better. I mean, it's not. I've just got more reviews. Eh. I need to tell you, I'm glad I didn't because this game is fantastic. I was considering canceling stream to sleep because I am so tired.
Unacceptable!
It would have been, Trom, you're correct. Hey, they like their rooms. I'll hide. You'll don't like me. Yeah, in general, Sage, but I don't need to. I'm doing fine. Oh, hell yes. More perfect reviews. Stop littering. Always make sure your property is up to Bon Voyage's uncompromising standards. My standards are as uncompromising as they get. Congratulations! You've met the absolute bare minimum requirements to being a halfway decent service provider. Ooh, that one's rough, Josh. I've been having pain near my right shoulder blade, I think from the way I sit at my desk, and it is rough. The world is at your fingertips. Who knows, in a year or 10 you might be on your way to the minimum tax bracket. But enough talk about a bleak future. Let's talk about a bright one. Your next venture with Bon Voyage. Remember, whenever you want to add a new premium property to the Pawn network, find your local pawn shark and just press the green button. I'll look into that, Sage. Welcome to the Bon Voyage Leadership and Advancement Program. You can now further improve this establishment. Successfully doing so will increase guest expectations for this location, also increasing payout and bragging rights. In order to improve this premise, you must now successfully complete the following task. Complete the save for another +2 guests in Timber Crossing. Reward a cool new pair of pants. Pants, you say? Finn leaves behind construction placards in every area. These placards have optional building and management quests for each resort. Each will reward you with extra money or special collectibles. Upon completion, new guests will demand better accommodations, but also pay more for their stay. Interesting. Wait, what happened? Oh. Oh, that's just literally the sound of this sound. Now, what I can potentially do... why can I not make a shabby wooden bed? How do I actually, like, insert these into my desk? Yes, Sage. It's like, I've bought these now. So, how do I... How can I make them usable? Ooh, looks like I've got a storm coming again. Has anybody played this game, by the way? Anybody who may be able to advise me? You know what? I'm just gonna quickly look it up. Ah, okay. I've got to learn it in my inventory. Okay. So, for anybody else who might play this, in your inventory, you right-click on it. So it's the same comfort level, but it's a better decoration level. Interesting. So yeah, we'll still take 2 of those. And we'll add in some wardrobes. Oh, the wardrobe is big, unfortunately. Ooh, neat. It fits perfectly, like, right at the foot of the bed. I don't want to mess with that lady's bed, like, while she's in it. Hang on. Wasn't my bed different the last time I slept in it? Why do I have so many of those beds? I'm confused. I thought I had 3 of them, and now I have 6 of them. I feel like the game glitched out and duplicated some stuff. You are not... And you are not... why can't I do this voice? You are not stepping 1 foot outside of this stinking dump. Not 1 foot. Yes, ma'am. For a month. Yes, ma'am. The first rule of Garb archaeology is the cream always rises to the top. So make sure you dig down deep. There's obviously the right hand of the operation. Stitch, it is a bear and it is cute, so yes, it is bear you. Her skill at finding the best stuff is only matched by her loyalty to the old rat. Anton, the boss, seems like a real hard ass. But I guess you gotta be in his line of business. Wade would be closer to the left hand of the sting. Useful in a limited capacity and only under strict supervision. At least according to Anton. What a strange bunch. I always say I've had enough of him. But then I remember the advantages to having an extra pair of paws on hand. That is objectively untrue, Stitch. Like for sending out on wild goose chases? Exactly. You're welcome. Don't flatter yourself too much. You did what you were told. But I suppose there's another end to this bargain. And we always keep our word. Oh, yes, thank you. More quest? Everyone acts tough until the cockroach starts flying. Oh. Oh, good two-timing little rat. The gate's open. What do you want? Nothing. I was just about to. I'll tell you what, there's no respect in the top-down criminal organization business anymore. What's the point of having bootlickers if there's no passion for boots or licking? Maybe the flavor isn't great. Maybe the flavor isn't great. I ought to turn you into boots and see what flavor comes out, eh? Their flavor? You should really stop testing my patience and get to the dump. The bag of doorknobs back there you might get along with. I hope they like me. Claire, get this bird brain briefed on the garbage grinder. Maybe we get lucky and he falls in. What do you want, bird brain? Anton said something about doorknobs. You don't get to address the boss like that. He's boss to you. Oh, sorry. Boss said something about doorknobs? Sure he did. Look, you gotta be careful around the dump. It's not a playground. Especially around the garbage grinder. That'll rip your doorknob right off. But I like my doorknob. Then I couldn't open any doors. Listen, you can throw in any furniture you built yourself in the grinder. It'll wreck it, but you can salvage some of the materials. Around half, give or take. Yes, Sage. I wish to see it, Sage. I pick take. Just don't get your hand stuck in there or you'll lose it. Oh. Oh, what a wonderful friend. What a very good friend. What a joy for all of us. Thank you, Sage. We can't have ripped limbs just laying around anymore, or else the boss is going to lose it. My hand? Not talking to you anymore. Garbage grinder in the A24 can take crafted furniture and salvage it for free. Recycling will only turn around half the original crafting materials rounded up. Placing could I mean, that's nice. You cannot salvage decorative items or anything other than crafted furniture. You know, that's valid. Oh, both very good, Sage. Both very good. This is just a good source of, like, scrap metal, I think. I need prospector's gear. It is, I believe the name was Twiggy, Sage. A gas pump? Watering hole for the modern tourist on the road. Oh, it increases the number of guest requests. I get it. What do I do with all the money? That's a peculiar question from someone who's minding their own business. Oh. Okay. Bus stop. Okay. I don't have what I need for that. Garbage can. Hello again. Be part of the next exciting experience, enticing escape, electrifying enterprise. Yes, you've said that. I'm already part of one. Welcome to the arid plains, the desiccated desert. We're sitting in a parking lot. What? You know what? I don't know how to interpret that. Stitch. The wild wasteland. I can't believe I'm following a fish suit around. The A24 is the main artery of the valley. When guitars hum the tunes of old country roads, this is the one they sing about. And this brand new premium habitation facility is the first and only stop for the brave explorer on the run. On the run from what? An oasis in an otherwise barren realm. There's literally a shop across the road. Make no mistake, adventurers can't be expected to live off a tent and trail mix. They require the best amenities, which is the perfect point of expansion for your now chain of premium properties. I'm sensing a lot of cleanup work. You should always trust your senses. Welcome to the roadside motel. Would you like to repair it? Not really. I'll come back to it. Ah, so this is the diner. So you've got to make the motel first before you can get the diner. That makes sense. Step 1, clear out any debris and garbage inside the structure. Done so. Good job. This is not a step, just thought I'd let you know you did a good job. Step 2, gather construction materials needed to repair the structure. In this case, pine wood planks, iron nails, and stone. Hey, I've got enough stone. Step 3, get your butt to work. Nice. Okay. Now, I'm not actually going to do anything with that yet. But it's good to know that it's available now, and I can start building it. This game definitely gives the good brain juice. They leave tomorrow? Ooh, comfort is +8 and decoration is +15. I don't realize this was at this level now. That's really solid. Higher than average comfort score. We can accept you in either room. There we go. I can also, with just a little bit more decoration, I can significantly improve my prestige score, I think to level 3. Oh, let's get a large snake plant. Yeah, Sage, I think that is a shockingly accurate description of you. Sorry, you don't need to be scared. Let's get another one of those, actually. Just because I like a little bit of... Chat! I've been forgetting a word for a long time. What is the word for when two things are, like, mirrored? My brain's stuck on either synchronicity or parallelism, and it's not either of them. Symmetry. Thank you, Sage. That is exactly the word I was looking for. Prestige level 3. Heck yes. Resort decoration 36. That's plenty. That is almost all of my money, but it's fine. Wow, meaty. That is certainly a sentence. And let me be clear, a good one. Where was the bust stuff? How's the construction site going? It's ready. Astounding! You're on your way to becoming the biggest hospitality developer on this side of the canyon. You are currently in position 1 out of 1. Hey, that's not bad. It is certainly. Something. As a leisure expert, I'm sure that your sensors are now precisely tuned to the next step in this possibly yet not probably profitable operation. Trick the humans to come over? Trick the humans to come over. I mean, offer a valuable service. Offer a valued customer a room for lodging. Book a guest to the hotel, then return to receive completely unauthorized instructions on how to build bathrooms. I did not know they did that, Meaty. Hi. It's Gus. Oh my god. Someone immediately recommend this game to Rebecca Rooney. No. So, somebody please add that quote, because it's very important. I'm also just going to print screen so that we don't lose. I lost it. I didn't print screen quickly enough, but it doesn't matter. Because I can find it, Stitch. In the middle of the desert, in a rundown metal shack, lived Gus, the most handsome possum in A24. Seemed like digging through junk was the main activity around here, and he was no rookie. Although by the looks of it, Gus's primary concern remained his charm and driving wheel. Oh, hello. Well, Stitch admitted they're cute and then hid the evidence. Look at the way Hank is blushing. Hank acknowledges how handsome Gus is. Mm-hmm. I'm Hank. Okay. Who are you? Gus. Nice to meet you, Gus. Yes, it is. What do you do, Gus? Not much. You don't seem to talk a lot either, Gus. Don't need to. That's fair. Well, just wanted to introduce myself. Not exactly putting your best foot forward there. But I've only got the 2. Better start diversifying then. What? I think you're being a little rude. You're right. You're actually perfect. Thank you. What's with all the people? Actually, I might have a hand in that. Good. They got the best food and baubles. And they scare easily. Jerks dream. You don't seem like a jerk to me. Hey, watch your mouth, buddy. We don't take kindly to those types of words. Anyway, they used to roam all over the place. Reminded me of chickens. Stinky, floating around, afraid of their own shadow, only stopping for the occasional turd. Living the dream, really. Well, you might start seeing more of them again. Doesn't bother me none, as long as I don't stink up the place. And maybe don't burn the joint down again. All I left last time was a scorched sandwich and half a toilet. So, like, just a Friday night after Chipotle? Fire almost got my little driving wheel, too. I love my little wheel. Isn't that curious, Sage? Worst part is, sandwich turned out to be a stinking leather book. Ask me how I know. How do you know? You're not really playing with the full deck, are you? I don't really like gambling. Lad, you got a nice thick skin on you. That or you're thick as gravy. Either way, I respect it. Thanks. I like your skin too, I think. Oh my god. Hank is the dumbest creature imaginable. I adore him. Hey, what did I say about saying stuff like that? We don't do that around here. So what's a cheeky boy like you creeping around people for? I'm not creeping. I'm helping. Right, right. So, making some extra beans on the side? Getting a kick out of scaring their little moustaches off? I think they're pretty neat, and I like the building part. And my buddy Will isn't too upset about the money. Ah, what are you gonna use it for? Buying food? Ha ha ha! How come you live out here in the middle of nowhere? I prefer it that way. Just me, my diddly little self, and I. I get it. You seem pretty cool to hang out with. Alright, enough. One more word like that and I'm done with you. I think we found the best character. Oh, I do not have the money for this. Teehee, whoops. I spent all my money on unimportant things. Hello, Barbara. Left foot, right foot, just keep going. Your bones can't ache if they don't have time to think about it. Or if you don't have bones. That's why I converted myself to jelly. Hello, Shadow Mage. Ah, okay. Another one of these. Wait, I just saw one of my quests is give Gus a compliment. Are you done with your nonsense? Actually, underneath that grubby exterior, I think you're secretly really nice. What is your problem exactly? I told you not to say things like that. I'm actually the biggest jerk you've ever met. Oh, this is such a possum behavior. I love it. And you're probably the biggest one I've ever met. He secretly loves it. Okay, I just need more money. But what are the 3 rooms available? Also special. The distillery, excuse me? Oh, ho, ho, ho. We getting boozy up in here? I see, I have a thought. And the thought starts like this. Now where the thought ends, you'll see. That's how the thought starts. Why can you not be filled with both? Oh, you said and or. Like just have both pizza and cuddles. I don't see the problem. I would very much like either, and they're not really available. Oh, I misread your sentence slightly. I apologize. But yes, put Dwarf Fortress in the Sadness Hall.
Fine. Puts Deep Rock Galactic in the Sadness Hole instead. Wake up, I need your money. Like, really a lot. Soft grass footstep noises, specifically. This game has amazing sound design. Ooh, 572 gold. Now, that was good numbers. Also, perfect reviews again. They're also leaving tomorrow, so I can book in more people. Left in room 1. Left in room 2. Oh, also I can get pants. The job is in fact complete. Congratulations! You have once again proven barely above minimum expectations. God, that's all I wanted work as well. Sage, I cannot answer your question, but I hope you will find out. Yes, we'll now have higher expectations for this location. Pants. And we'll offer a higher payout in return. Oh my god. Pants with tail hole? So important. Anyway. Oh. No. There we go. That's 2 over. There we go. See, what I wanted to do was add more bed. Specifically, more bedroom. And we get to see this room from a completely different angle. So what I do, like, I want to make these all the same because it's that kind of place. So I want a small bear painting, oil wall lamp, old drawers, and small nightstand. And I think there was also like a rug on the floor. Oh my god, these people are putting garbage in the rooms? No, you'll have to be better than this. They like me now because I'm wearing pants. So I need that. Which row? So I need the nightstand. I need that. Nice. I think it was just the small geometric rug. Yeah, they're fine with me now. Why can't I put it on the wall here? Is that one I could put on the wall? So what's up? Oh, that's a different kind of lamp. I'm a dingus. I got an oil light instead of a wall lamp. That's what I was looking for. They're just dropping trash on the floor, like right in front of me. Okay, 3 identical rooms. He wants 8 and 3, he gets 8 and 12. That's even better. There's another request here. Raise the prestige to level 3 in Timber Crossing. Reward 150 coins. Baby, it's done. But I am concerned that it's gonna start bringing in people who want much higher, much higher levels of comfort than I am currently capable of providing. Hell yeah, Sage. It's such a massive improvement, like, immediately, isn't it? What do I want to do? I definitely wanted to check something. Yes, I want to check how much money I have. Let's start with just a single bedroom. Nothing too fancy. Similar to what we've got there. Yeah, Sage, I still have that problem. if you look when I type something, my name overflows and makes the. Actually, it's. Why is that looking okay? Previously, like, my name used to overflow the box and do weird things. Because I'm not They Call Me Mr. Pig anymore. I'm Fantastic Mr. Pig, which is short enough that I have solved the problem without even meaning to. Like, I didn't even do that on purpose. I'm going to start the same kind of bedroom that I have in all my locations. Also, the music's gone, which makes this kind of weird. And then we can have some kind of front desk setup. What do I have? +8, +5. Ah, but these people expect bathrooms. Like weirdos. Although, let me book somebody in, and let me do this in, like, the order the game expects. But let me choose someone with a low hygiene requirement, because I want to make sure I can actually meet that requirement. Why be in debt from a bank when you could just borrow from your future? I'm a millennial. You don't need to tell me. I've got a guest on the way. Astounding. They are in for a surprise of a lifetime. Take that as you will. Sure. Because of our premium desert location, we are freely able to exploit a common resource to their benefit and our profit. I'm not sure who's exploiting who. That's right, water. Is mutual exploitation a thing? Due to our never-ending quest for patron excellence, and unfortunate health and safety regulations, this location can support sanitary facilities, which are now a key expectation for any visitor of this location. Can you guess what the next step is? Sure use a lot of words to say very few things. Correct! You must now build bathrooms for your guests. Rusted bathroom sink. Wooden shower. Crappy toilet. Appropriate. Bathrooms introduce a new type of score. Hygiene. They have an AoE around them that applies that hygiene score to nearby bedrooms. Okay. You can see the area of effect of a bathroom by going into build mode and selecting the room. Higher level bathrooms have a larger area of effect on their hygiene score. Increase the level of bathrooms by placing higher level bathroom up. Different guests have different hygiene requirements, so try to match them when accepting requests. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, and Smage, the next upgraded shower is called the Golden Shower. It's all very appropriate. Actually, let's make the stuff that goes into it first. Crappy toilet, wooden shower, and rusted bathroom sink. Minimum size 3 by 3. Okay, in this we're going to want toilet, shower, and a sink. So does that AoE like... What's the AoE on this? It's like mooching off your own future. Alright, there's bathrooms now. Amazing! Now that your guest's needs for immediate relief are met, we should turn our attention to the most important motivation behind renting a room in this motel. Being comfortable? Taking some time off? Repression! That was my third guess. Recognizing the insight into customer motivation towards your product is a key detail of modern marketing. You're doing the thing again? Why would anyone stay in this scumhole? Hey, I put a lot of work into this scumhole. That's right, running away from what you can't escape. Shady pawn shop debt collectors. Yourself. It's a little dark. Which is the perfect opportunity for one of our most popular facilities, a bar. That's worse. But not just any bar, a tasteful, sophisticated establishment, a distillery. Basic beer tap, wooden bar stool. Sturdy wooden bar. How refined. Special rooms provide extra attractions to your resort. They offer special amenities and entertainment to your guests. Some guests have demands for specific special rooms, but all guests appreciate them in general. Special rooms can be a big boost to your resort prestige score. The distillery is a type of special room that can only be built in certain areas. It's great for those who are looking to unwind alongside some hearty spirit. It requires a bar, seating, and a dispenser to be functional. Some guests specifically look for a distillery in their company. Cool. I'll do that. But before that, I do want to get some decoration things. For now, I'm sticking with my standard decorations. I can improve them later. Well, that's also the weird thing, Sage. It worked for every name I tested except my own. But it's fine now. And then rug at the foot of the bed, I guess. I'm actually going to end stream relatively soon. So if anybody has a recommendation for who to raid, please, now would be the time to say something. I do like the fact that from the front desk, you can manage... you can at least... I thought you could manage all of them, but you can at least see what's going on in the other place. We raided Renee on Friday. Let's maybe see if there's somebody else, Sage. Renee's fantastic. Okay, there's the AoE. Hi, Renee. I never read chat. What, Sage, what do you expect of me? Reading in this economy? Yeah, dumpster dive food. It's what we're here for. Also, I can zoom in quite a bit. Okay, so that is where I am going to full stream. I personally had a lot of fun. I hope you all did as well. Let's see who we can raid. Smoothies live, which would make Max very happy. Yeah, let's raid Smoothie. Thank you for the dudes, Beba. One day somebody will get the rare dudes. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I'm so happy to play this. It's been a joy so far, and I frankly don't see that changing anytime soon. I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon, or whatever time zone it is for you. My next stream will be Wednesday, 5:30 Eastern Time, where I am going to be starting Paper Mario for the N64. Which I'm quite excited for. Greg recommended it, and I promised to play it like a year ago, so I'm finally doing that. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful time. I will see you around. And yeah, have a good one, everybody. Ciao.